I'm Kevin Trips. I'm doing some really cool videos this week. Alright, so some of the videos I'm going to do, I'm going to be taking... Oh, get out of here, sword. Alright, so I'm going to be taking... this cooler. It's heavy, it's got stuff in it. And I'm going to be turning it into a pretty nice little chest that I can take LARPing and can sit out and can actually be a prop piece as opposed to something that hides under a blanket or in my tent taking up space. Alright. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to be using some... Get out of here. Some Eva foam. I'm going to be making Dwarven Ale Tankards. They're going to be little soda or beer koozies that you can just drop your can in. They're going to be made completely out of foam, so you can take your can out and you can actually use the tankard as a LARP throwing weapon, which is going to be really cool. That's another one that's going to be kind of good for if you're a D&D player, tabletop player, something like that, where you're not really LARPing. Definitely give that video a watch because it's a cool thing to come in, play a tabletop game, sit down, and have a prop like that handed to you. It's going to be super easy to make, a lot of fun. Other things I'm going to be doing, I got quite a few weapons I need to finish up. As you can see here, I'm going to have some maces, maybe a flail or two. I'm going to be using some camp pad foam. I'm making some very basic loner weapons for our NPCs at one of our colonies. So I'm going to rant a little bit about loner weapons really quick. I play in the Larpcraft system, and most of our colonies have a lot of really good high-end weapons because we use the leveling system. So people start out with a short sword, they level up to a long sword, so that's, you know, 2 or 3 swords they've bought in the 2 or 3 years they've been playing. So that's 1 sword they use, 2 swords they have to loan out to other people. So don't waste your time and money making something like this, bringing it to events unless you have to. Definitely talk to people before you go LARP with them and figure out, like, hey, should I make something like this and bring it, or should I spend the 15 minutes it takes to make a piece of crap like this and the $8 on garb and something I might actually use later. I'm also going to be doing another little tutorial. I'm not going to be making another shield like this. I'm going to be making a very small punch shield, but it is going to have this center grip boss, which is going to be a really nice tutorial for anyone who's interested in making something like this. Alright, so this is my workspace. Please excuse the extreme mess, but some of the tools I use. Belt sander. This thing is really nice. Helps me do a lot of things. It's pretty great. It was about $100 for a cheaper one, but I think it's well worth it with the stuff I've been able to do with it. I got a little cheapy knockoff Dremel. This guy was about $20. I'd recommend for foam work, buy one of these cheapy guys. They'll probably break on you, but because when you sand you get all this foam dust, it'll go in here, clog up all your works. So it's better to buy 5 of these $20 Dremels and have them all break than one $150 Dremel and have that guy break too. So, alright, heat gun. This guy also is about, I think, $20 to $40. It's really nice for shaping foam, things like that. And it's also good for speed setting some of the glues. You have to be really careful when you're using this to speed set anything because glues are flammable and heat plus flammable. Alright, straight edge markers, things like that. Straight edge, use that guy a lot. Gloves, really important to use when you're working with the contact cement. This is DAP, Weldwood contact cement. It's pretty much what everyone uses. I got another little jar. This is really easy to spread because it's got the brush right in there. Plasti Dip, naphtha to thin the Plasti Dip. When I thin my Plasti Dip, I do about 20 to 80% ratio, which is a lot less than other people do, but that works really well for me. I like it. And then you don't have to buy a whole bunch of this because it's kind of expensive. Whole bunch of brushes. It's really nice with the brushes when you start thinning your Plasti Dip. I didn't do it at first, and I'd go through maybe 5 brushes a project. Now I'm using 1 brush project with a thin Plasti Dip, so that's nice. After our Plasti Dip, I use these just basic acrylic paints. I got them from Super Walmart. They're about 50 cents for a tube like this. I have a ton every time I go to Super Walmart. I pick up maybe 2 2 or 3 tubes, got a whole bunch of different colors now. Energy drinks, those keep me motivated when I'm doing projects after school, things like that. Let's see. This is my knife that I use for pretty much everything. It's got the snap-off blades you can use. I think you get like 11 extra blades for 99 cents, so that's a really good deal. Some people use a lot bigger knives. I use that. I haven't had any problems with it. Just swap out the blades whenever you're starting to make bad cuts. Tapes, things like that. Lots of foam. These are floor mats. They're $20. If you see one of these, pick them up. So much better than using these little foam squares, which are nice to have around, but you can't make long swords with them, things like that. Like I said before, I play in the Larpcraft system. It's a medium contact high immersion game. It's a lot of fun. It's got a leveling system. It's similar to Nero, but I think it does quite a few things better. So if you have had some grievances with the Nero system, you want to come check out our system. It's really nice. The guy who runs it, really good guy, cares a lot about the community. He puts out some really good products, live action products. And let's see what else. Yeah, I'm in the Milwaukee area, so if you guys want to come out, if you're in that area, definitely come out, check out our events. We actually have an indoor underground arena that we play in, which is so different than going out in the woods and LARPing. So it's a blast. It's definitely something worth trying. Yeah, I think that's it.